the right account? Like, did that go from ON? Am I on the right account? Hello, hello.
Good start.
Hello.
It is.
Hello, hello.
We are live.
Are you watching this on Oilers Nation's Twitter? If you are, you're seeing this new bottle of Brum that the people at Righand just gave me. Why? Because they like taunting me. They're good folks, but they want to taunt me. So they gave me a bottle of Brum for my birthday. I appreciate that. We are going to talk about that last night's catastrophe. As always, got my friend Chris here, who's got his new specs on. Looks very intelligent. Looks like he's been researching things. He's some kind of laboratory technician. Save for the turkey hat, of course.
Yes.
Danger Dan, as always, he's going to have the topics du jour about last night's, whatever you call that. We are welcoming Ray to the broadcast. If you don't know Ray is here at Nation HQ. He works for Oodle Noodle, but we're going to talk to Ray about the hockey game instead. You watched 5 minutes. That's all you need to see. And at Coombe. Excellent product placement there by Coombe with the glass there. Excellent product placement. I see TLNDC just joined the broadcast.
Wow.
Official.
Welcome to one of 3 Nation Network sites that are making the playoffs. TLNDC in the mix. I've got a meeting coming up at 3 o'clock, so we're going to wrap this up real quick. Danger Dan, what is on the docket today?
Yeah, first thing we're going to talk about is something.
No appeal on the docket today, just my own sin. Anyway, go ahead, Dan.
So one of the things we're going to talk about is the thing that bounced around the Twitterverse yesterday, boys. Allegedly, the ice was not good, and that the pucks were not frozen.
Not
before
actually
the game.
good, eh?
What do we think about that?
I mean, anything that we can use as an excuse for the fucking horrible hockey game, right, Chris?
I think it's a great prank on the Minnesotians.
Put them in the
People
oven,
in
you said.
Minnesota. Yeah, just warm it up, put them in the sun for half an hour,
Just
mix
like-
them in with the actual game pucks. Great prank.
Just like Big Mac sauce.
I feel
Dan,
like-
what do you think?
I feel like everybody that was taking care of the ice at XL Energy Center was probably too busy trying to shovel all the snow over the Twins Stadium when
I'll
they.
tell you one thing. They
missed their
certainly,
season opener.
they clearly don't excel at making the pucks the correct temperature.
Wow. Wow.
No!
Ray, what do you think of that 5 minutes you watched?
I think the ice looked pretty dry. Yeah, so it could have been
Yes.
that.
Guys.
The puck then was not moving around as it usually does.
Which is surprising, really, when it's like the northernmost city in the NHL in the States,
Yeah,
right? And they don't know how to do
definitely.
there. Isn't it?
Is it?
I think so. You gotta think.
Dan making that up?
Minnesota.
No way that's right.
Hold on.
Who else is more
I think
northern than Minnesota?
I thought Detroit was more northern than Minnesota.
Oh, that could
Because Detroit's more northern than Toronto.
But it, maybe.
Oh.
Dan's making things up. I am zoomed right in on the liar.
Yes.
We're gonna get right
The
into it.
liar.
Do it.
If Dan's wrong, it means
Is
it's not the
Minnesota the
button.
north? Is Minnesota the north?
Well, that's what they call them, the North Stars.
Ah.
And they moved to Dallas, making them the South Stars. But they're known just as the Stars.
And they've got that guy in the tan jacket that bangs on the glass.
Wait, what are we
on the
wondering?
net.
We're
Is
trying to figure out if
Minnesota
Minnesota's
more
more
north than Detroit.
Oh no, Chris is looking
Yes,
at
it
Google
is.
Maps.
Yes, it is. I'm still good.
Like I thought he was just gonna Google which is
I thought you were
the,
gonna ask Jeeves that, man.
which is the most northern NHL team in the U.S. and just pulling up.
Still the
Google.
champ. Minnesota, more northern than Detroit and New York City.
But this whole frozen pucks thing in Minnesota sounds like one of the narratives in like the first Mighty Ducks movie, where like the rich team of bullies like tries to fuck with the Mighty Ducks.
Yeah.
They're
And Adam
doing-
Banks had to join the team, and then he was unhappy about it, but they redrew the districts. I get it.
Yeah. Then he made the best friends of his life because the Mighty Ducks are much more wholesome individuals than the other kids in their team. And
So-
being better for him in the long run anyway.
He's a big Charlie guy.
Minnesota ruined hockey with the trap, and now they're ruining hockey without freezing the pucks. Anyways,
Whatever we can use in his excuse. What's up? What's next, Dan?
the next thing is I think a lot of people thought people were being too hard on Larson last night for his bumble of the puck. That's a shout out to Bumble, the website.
Sponsor
Yeah,
us.
what do we think? What do we think of the defense last night? How do we feel about that?
Well, Adam Larson's giveaway was not good. I think we can all agree on that.
I feel. Hang on, but like if you're in the chat right now, tell me that Chris doesn't look at least 15% smarter with those glasses on. I mean, take away the turkey hat. Turkey hat looks good, but Chris also looks good with his new glasses.
I feel that much smarter.
And if you're a pedestrian in the city, chances are you've got a greater chance of not being struck by a vehicle now that he can see properly.
Yes.
Anyway,
Driving is so much more fun now.
back to Larson.
I can
Go
say
ahead,
things.
Chris.
Yes. Not a good bumble, as Dan would call it, on Adam Larson. But it really, at this point in the season, do we really care?
I cared that we didn't have any McBoys. Dan?
You know what? The team didn't look like they cared last night.
They
That's for damn
don't.
sure.
And I don't really fault them for that. I wouldn't care if I was them. It's human nature to not care at this point in the season.
But don't you have some pride in your performance and the way you play the game?
Yeah, well, they obviously want to win. They don't want to lose. But I think it's just human nature to not have the energy and drive at this point with 3 games.
You know what it is, Dan? Chris is always in a race to orgasm, and he always wins.
Okay,
Doesn't care about performance. That's
Yeah.
what I'm getting at.
that's fair. That's fair. You know what though?
Never lost
Oilers
once.
Nation. We're at game. Where were we at? Game 80 against Calgary, and we showed up. No, it was 80.
That was 80
79.
last night.
Anyways, 79. Game 79, and we're still partying hard. And we will be there this Saturday at the Pint. Come on down and join us for Game 82, and we go as hard on Game 82 as we do on Game 1. Right?
Are we actually going to be watching that game, or is there going to be a TV on at the side with the Blue Jays and Texas Rangers for me to watch?
Not a fucking chance. Are we gonna be watching the Blue Jays?
Ray, you coming to the party on Saturday?
Yes, definitely. I'm gonna be coming with a lot of Uda Noodle gift cards.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Hell yeah.
Oodles of come for the Oilers, stay for the nudes. There we go.
Yeah.
Cam, thoughts on Larson's defensive gaffes?
I feel bad for Larson. I feel bad ragging on him, but
It was just fine.
that was like it was the perfect summary for not just that game, but the whole season. Just the way that he was kicking it around and just couldn't handle it at all whatsoever. It was the perfect summary, and it was perfect that it was Zach Parise too, who is the early 2000s version of Matt Barzal to the Oilers.
Yes, because they selected Marc-Antoine Pouliot instead, Chris. Did you know that?
Yes.
Of course you did. Dan, what's next?
Marc-Antoine Pouliot, career made by Sidney Crosby. Last topic is just talking about Cam Talbot. He had a rough night against Calgary. We were all there to witness that. How do we feel about his performance last night, and then overall in the season too?
Good bounce back game last night.
Agreed.
Nice to see, like I said, I don't fault anyone for not playing well in the third last game of the season, but it's nice to see him playing well.
They would have got blown out way worse than 3-0
Yes.
headed up in
And
front.
as a horrible beer league goaltender, I know what it's like to be the last line of defense, and for it's a lot more stressful on a goaltender at this point in the season because you actually have to show up and play good, or else you're going to get ridiculed. Whereas someone else, a fourth liner or winger, could show up and play bad, and no one gives a shit.
Yeah, but you
Pacarino, we're looking at you, buddy. Go ahead.
Yeah, but your teammates just know now that you don't give a shit if we're losing the game in the third.
But I
period.
do, but I have to because I'm a goalie. Goalies
Well,
have to give a shit.
your teammates heard it here first.
Ray, how much blame goes on a goalie when the team in front of him plays really shitty?
I think not too much because it's all about your defense before the goalie. But I think from the first 5 minutes I watched yesterday, he seemed pretty good.
He was good. He had 38 saves on 40 shots, I believe, off the top of my head.
I can relate to him being nervous. The crowd was loud and the crowd was yelling. It's much like the time that me and Chris were at the Oilers game. We were playing that virtual reality hockey. And Chris went net, and a lot of people watching, a lot of people making noise, and Chris didn't save a single shot, and he was really stressed out. Started crying, asked to leave the game, asked if I would take him home, but I had to push him in a wheelbarrow. That's exactly what happened.
The game was so rigged. VR hockey is not up to standards. in 20
Rig hand?
What? VR, I said.
You said it was rigged.
Oh,
It
yes.
was rig hand.
It is rig-handed.
That's the sponsor.
Rig-handed? Huh?
Yes.
See what I did there?
On the ODR, Cam couldn't score me once.
He's never gone in net at the ODR with me.
So, you wouldn't.
Whoa, hang on. Just because you guys are scoping doesn't mean I'll automatically suck your C, so says this guy.
Whoa!
That's coming in hot.
Is that you, Fat Dad?
Wow.
Wow!
Wow.
That seems angry. But
Holy
you know what?
cow.
Shout out for you for checking in.
Hey.
Thanks for our viewer number.
How many broadcasts do I have to do to receive said reward?
That's a huge question. We need a response. I think we need to stay live until he answers us.
Fat Dad complimenting you on the specs, Chris.
Thank you, Fat Dad. Funny story, Fat Dad also has the same specs as me.
And
Same with Bag
me.
Milk. Bag
Fat-
Milk, give me your glasses.
Sure. Go ahead.
Also, it's Bag Milk's birthday today.
It is all
Happy
day.
birthday,
He's turning 71.
Same glasses.
Hey, Fat Dad, we are the tripod, my friend. What's last up?
That's it for topics today, boys. We got no topics left. No predictions needed. We're just waiting until Vegas now.
Vegas on Thursday, party on Saturday. Who is going to wear the crown on Saturday?
Dan.
It's Dan's turn.
It's Dan's turn.
Dan took it real easy on Saturday in Calgary. Real easy. So he's gonna have to wear the crown this time.
Shout out to that fucking St. Louis Blue fan that tried to ruin our night, and I had a little sit down with him. Watch it.
What?
Watch it.
What?
The guy that was standing up in front of us for the
St. Louis
for the
Blues
first.
fan.
Yeah, it turns out he's a St. Louis Blue fan. Just
But
there to try and piss off.
I know
everybody.
several Flames fans that are like their second team is also the Blues. Why is that?
They love Jay Bomeister.
Oh,
Probably,
I just made that up.
probably big fans of teams that do well. I think that's probably a thing for Flames fans is that they like teams that do well.
All right, people. Basically, what we're telling you is the Oilers sucked last night.
yes.
There's 2 games left. We're happy. It's winding down. We want you to come to the party on Saturday to see Ray.
Yeah.
Come see Ray
And
at the party.
And drink Rig Hand Distillery.
And shout out to our friends at Rig Hand. Get Nation Vodka. RigHandDistillery.com. Cheers.